le vol est 23 000 pieds pour Toronto sur le vol 736. Météo à Toronto, plus ensoleillé qu'ici, la température est un petit peu...
So far, Canada does not like me. Just right now. I never feel like I'm in the right place in this airport. Too many long hauls that like it's always too late to go back, you know, like when you've gone down. Everything's pretty much good at this point. Like before this, I had to replace my CGM twice after my luggage totally like ripped it off. I had to switch arms. So yeah, that was kind of annoying having to do that twice, but you know, like, so one of the first things I wanted to talk about today was that, like, alright, so you know when you're, we all know the term high and low, your blood sugar, blah blah. So like, personally for me, like, the thing that bothers me the most about highs and lows isn't necessarily like the low or the high, it's the falling or the rising. When you're rising, like, you feel it. When you're falling, you feel it. When you're low, you can, when you're low and going straight, you can at least control, like, okay, now I'm gonna lift myself up. But if your arrows are both pointing straight down, you know, you're like fighting with your own immune system at this point. You're trying, or digestive system at that point. You're basically trying to shove as much glucose in your system as possible so that those two arrows could go at least, you know, that way or straight. You're trying to straighten out your line. That's the scariest part. It's not necessarily like being high or being low. It's the curve down and the curve up that are scary. When you actually feel it. Like if you don't feel it as much when you're like really high. If you're like 250, for example, you don't feel it as much. But when you're 60, you know, at least you can tell that you're 60. But if your arrows are pointing down, there's a little uncertainty. Like, you don't know when the arrows are going to stop, when you're like going to level out. You don't know when that's going to happen. It could happen at 50 BG, it could happen at 30, you never know. It's really important that you get that. And to that respect, it's really important that you always carry glucose tablets wherever you are, and that you judge how you're managing your blood sugar accordingly. I was on the highway yesterday driving to Ann Arbor, and my blood sugar, you know, of course, went from 140 to, I think, 65 in a matter of like 5 minutes. Just that one time span, it dropped. And I'm like, I'm not feeling that hot right now. I'm not sure what's going on. And you're like just really unsure of yourself. But essentially, like, it just freaks you out. And the best thing to do in this scenario is A, manually check your blood sugar with a prick. 2, always have glucose on you. And 3, don't panic. Never panic. I mean, that's kind of counterintuitive, but panicking is the worst thing you can do for yourself, because you're gonna essentially just freak yourself out and either lower yourself more or raise yourself more, depending on depending on where you're at. 8-hour flight, and no TV. Two options. Either I go to the coffee shop, which is this way, or I get some food, get some breakfast, and I go this way. Right now, I can't think straight. I'm really tired, and I'm surviving on 2 days worth of not sleeping. So, I'm gonna get some breakfast first. Yeah, so I went the wrong way. Not a huge deal. I don't mind. Wrong again. I have to go one street over. Alright, so it's my third official hour in Den Haag and a coffee shop. Alright, so I'm here. Market. I can't pronounce shit. And it's behind me. Dude just smiled at me for no reason. I love this. I can't walk around Detroit and be like, you know, hey, what's up everybody? Like, just saying hi to random people. They're gonna fucking like, you know, give me a dirty look or be like, fuck off or something. But here, I can just look at anybody, smile, say hi, and they say hi back and smile. Can you guess where I am? Yeah, me neither.
Will you guys toast me?
Who's in this? No one?
There you go.
Okay.
Take a look and smile at me.
Who's in that?
Hey, you're not even close.
Annabelle. It's Annabelle.
Alright.
Holy shit.
Hey! Immigration. We're here to check if you paid your taxes before you leave. Okay, I got it.
If you will, we've sports I've destroyed if you want me to sports